If you are not getting the clients or leads that you want from your YouTube channel, then it may be time to tweak a few things. And in this video, I am so excited to walk through and really call out what are some of those mistakes that are going on with your channel that you're probably making in your YouTube strategy, right? Because at the end of the day, I already know that you want to get more people in your funnels. That is the goal for everything that we do. And if you are very new to my world, you've probably seen this little funnel symbol before. And we're going to really get into what each of those mean as well. But first, we have got to tackle these mistakes. So be sure to stay till the end to really know the secret weapon to making sure that you get clients with your YouTube strategy. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this because I'm really excited to introduce myself today. So, hey y'all, my name is Jamar Diggs. I help business owners revive or launch their channels in a way that really feels low lift for them. And I take my corporate marketing experience from working in large marketing departments like homes.com and forrent.com to really help my clients create an organic YouTube strategy that is turning their channel into a lead generating and marketing powerhouse. If that sounds good to you, drop a 1 in the chat, honey, because we're going to really get into this today. And in this live training, we are digging into the specific YouTube strategy mistakes that are costing you money, that are leaving basically you're leaving money on the table. You're spending so much time and energy and resources, and that's not how business owners need to be spending their time, right? Like, we don't really want that to happen. We want to make sure that everything is intentional, everything is strategic, so that we can collapse the time that it takes for people to work with us. Okay, now going back to these slides here, we're going to hop into my little promo here, right? So I'm trying something different as well with this live stream. So if you are here, you're in for a treat, because right now, instead of offering a special somebody 50% off of the first month of the YouTube membership, I'm actually going to do a flash promotion, a flash sale, I guess. And it will only last during this live stream. So if you're watching this live stream right now, then you better get your booty to the link in my video description and go ahead and grab 50% off the first month of the YouTube membership using the code YouTube Live, because that code is going to expire as soon as this live is over. And I'm not playing, honey, because the replay girls leaves will not be getting it. Okay. Now, I am, however, going to be still giving out a free YouTube audit. Okay, so make sure that I know that you're here. Make sure that you're commenting in the chat throughout this entire time, so that I know that you are here, you're active, and when I choose someone, you're going to be there to get the free audit. Okay, now if that sounds good to you, let me know what y'all think about this new setup. I'm really interested about it. I was thinking, like, well, what can I do different? Okay, now let's get into the tea. Okay, so the first thing that I am seeing when it comes to these YouTube strategy mistakes is that most business owners are really putting their YouTube channel in a silo, right? And what I mean by silo is that they are. This is so funny. Whenever the Instagram algorithm messes up, or a change happens with the Instagram algorithm, I get an influx of business owners saying, Jamar, I'm ready to learn about YouTube. I am going to leave Instagram and I want to double down on YouTube. And I want to formally say, do not do that. That is not how marketing works. Marketing changes all the time. Platform changes all the time. You leaving a platform that you have spent so much time and energy and resources to build up and to create community within, it just does not, it's not a strategic move. Instead, let's supplement the visibility that you are not getting anymore with Instagram as much as you used to, right? I always recommend an attraction-based platform and a community-based platform. And so what that really means is like you have one platform that is bringing in all of like the search traffic, right? So you can be discoverable by people that you don't even know, right? You have never met that person in any other atmosphere that you are, but they're searching for the right things and they come across your videos, your content, and then they are now introduced into your marketing ecosystem. Then you also have that community-based platform to where it's not quite search related, but it's more so community based, right? So maybe people discover you because like they've tagged on things. Maybe it was like a trending audio or whatever, right? Maybe someone shared something in their Instagram story, or they've tagged you, or conversations are going on like in like LinkedIn or Instagram, right? Those are really community based interactions that help spread your visibility, spread your engagement. And so it's really important. And so it's really important to have both of them, right? I do not recommend putting YouTube in a silo. It does not work efficiently when you do that. So if you are considering using YouTube for your business and you have had that notion of, I just want to double down here and just only do this, honey, you're going to go out of business. I'm just going to let you know that right now, okay? Because we're not here to create any growth strategies. I'm not trying to help you make money quick, okay? I'm trying to help you create a sustainable marketing strategy. And what that essentially means is, we don't really use this word as much, but we used it more in corporate marketing. We're creating a more integrated marketing strategy. Okay, because at the end of the day, we know that all of your platforms should work together to influence people to buy. Okay, like it's never just one platform, right? It's never just your email list. It's never just Instagram. It's never just YouTube. Even if that person, if you can track that person came specifically from YouTube, ask them, how long have they been into your ecosystem, right? Ask them how have like what made them make that decision right now, right? Because it's never just one platform. It never is, right? I can tell you that we had a client that got 5 clients from YouTube, right? But that's because the last thing that client that lead remembered was the YouTube channel, right? But I'm pretty sure they went on their Instagram, went on their LinkedIn account. They did other things to solidify their decision. It never is just one platform. So please do not try to escape into the void and then go into YouTube only, okay? You really need to market your business with all of the platforms that you have. That doesn't mean that you have to go ham, but don't put it in a silo. This is going to be the most sustainable strategies is an integrated marketing strategy. Now, the next mistake that I want us to like chat about is forcing yourself to make weekly videos. If you're watching this chat right now, how many times do you post on YouTube? Right? How many times do you do that? And why do you do that? I'm really curious, right? Most people will say that they post weekly, or maybe they're doing shorts every day, or or like something like that. Why do you do that? What is the reasoning behind you posting so frequently? Is it because you're taking that same what is the word? Not characteristic, or maybe that same behavior that you have learned on Instagram, right? And you're trying to make it work for YouTube. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now, that I used to feel like I had to post every week. I used to really cling on to learning more about the YouTube algorithm and clinging on to understand like, how can I get my videos to be seen better? But at the end of the day, it always related to, it always came down to this foundational strategy, right? And that's the strategy that I teach inside the Little Lift Club. But it really just comes down to understanding your ideal clients and trying to be found for the keywords, for the types of questions that someone is asking for, right? And so it really just came down to really understanding, but also optimization of the video. Okay. And so it didn't really matter how many videos you did. Right. And so weekly is probably more of a content creator mentality that we kind of force upon ourselves. Okay. And you don't really need to focus. Like, why are we focusing on growth? I guess that's probably the thing, right? So most people do it because they have been told that, and it's because people have been leading them to the goal that they think that they should have, which is growth, more followers, more views. And I am going to challenge that thought to say, is that really what matters, or do you need more clients? Do you need more of the right people watching your videos? Do you need a bunch of people in your world, or do you need the right people in your world that have been qualified through your content to be the best person for you to work with? Right? You don't need a bunch of it, and that's kind of how some business owners are like taught, unfortunately. And so I think that it's more of a mistake, because doing videos weekly is how you get to burn out. If you look at it right now and you see creators right now, why they are always quitting YouTube, it's because they felt not connected to their content anymore. They felt like they had to put something out or they wouldn't get paid. Right? Why are we doing that to ourselves? Why do we do that? Like, the reason why you don't feel connected to your content anymore is because you feel like you have to post on the schedule that no one's forcing you to do. Right? Why do weekly when you can do just 2 videos that you feel really good about? And those videos will last you for years. 2 videos a month, that's all you really need. In the Low Lift Club, I teach from that perspective, to where if you play your cards right, you will only need 4 to 5 hours a month to dedicate to YouTube. And yes, that does include the editing component. So I want you to ask yourself, who told you that you had to post weekly? Who told you that you had to post 2 times a week? And does that even relate to the goal for your business? If it doesn't, you may have been making this YouTube strategy mistake. I hope I didn't lose y'all with that one. If so, I may end up losing y'all with this one. And that comes to controlling the customer journey. And this is something that we don't talk about, because we talk about funnels all the time. There's funnel experts, and they're amazing. Don't get me wrong, but we talk about creating this social media funnel, this email funnel, this website funnel, this Google Ads funnel, and all this other stuff, right? But at the end of the day, people are going to people. Okay, people are going to people, because it doesn't matter how many funnels that you set up. We cannot predict how a human will behave 100% of the time. So our funnel experts, our YouTube strategists, our marketing strategists, they just have more data than you. And so over time, they have been able to see and tweak things and create specific funnels in certain ways that allow you to have a higher chance of getting more people into that funnel, into that buying journey, right? Like that's really what the funnel is. And it's like these funnels that you are worried about are just educated guesses. They are hypotheses. And that's okay, because you probably don't have one. You know what I'm saying? But the experts hypothesis is probably a lot more stronger and has a lot more data backed than yours. So that's why we invest in them. But at the end of the day, I want you to understand that just because of that, you should not put pressure for an immediate result on your YouTube channel. Okay. Because the truth is, people will do what they want to do. When you have a strategy, you're going to be able to tweak it after looking at the data so you can increase those chances of success. So when you have a funnel set up, it's built upon someone's expertise of the likelihood of getting the most right people through the finish line, right? Through that conversion, right? That is the great foundation for you to build off of. But what you need to also do is run with that and look at the data and test it out and optimize and look and see what happens. That is how you can optimize your funnel setup when you're starting from scratch. Okay. There's too many times where I see business owners start their YouTube channel and they are doing these videos. And then they're like, oh, well, I don't know why people are not booking a call with me. Or I don't know why I'm not getting this many views, or like, I don't know why people aren't opting into my whatever, right? Why they're not doing this thing. And, or maybe they are, but then they're like, well, I don't know why it's taking so long for people to buy something. Like they're in my ecosystem. They found me from wherever platform really. And then they have joined my email list. They joined my lead magnet. And then I hear nothing. And it's because not everyone is going to buy like that. Sometimes they need more information about you. Maybe they need something more, okay, that you're not providing. Or maybe just now is not the right time. And that's okay too. And we really need to be okay with that. We need to understand that people are going to make the decision when they are ready. And maybe you have given them enough information for them to know that you are not the one. And how amazing is that? For them to be able to self-qualify themselves that either now is not the right time or you are not the person to help them. That means that your marketing is working. Now, what you also need to do is optimize things and test things out. Maybe there's a gap that you need to fill, right? These are just more strategic things that you need to be thinking about in your marketing strategy, to where if you're not, if they aren't ready to work with you, is there a gap that you can fill? That's where you start thinking about things. Okay. So I really want us to really understand that. Let's take a look at the chat for a second. Such a great recommendation, Prati says. Love that you said attraction platform and community platform is so true. A holistic marketing strategy, baby. Yes, girl. Catherine says the plan is weekly, but I guess because we're told it's good for growth and followers. Oh yeah, Catherine, be careful with that growth and followers trap. I may end up making a whole video all about why followers and growth is not essential for you to be successful on YouTube. Growth is great. I'm not going to down it, but should it always be the focus? No, because you could grow a lot and not make any money, and then look at you. Not you, Catherine. I'm just saying, just in general. Okay. Hi, Carrie. Profi also says a plan strategy takes the pressure off to get immediate results. Okay, great. This is so great, y'all. If you are new here, please let me know that you are around. If you take a look in the link in my video description, I'm giving everyone 50% off of the Low Lift Club. Well, 50% off the first month of the Low Lift Club. All you have to do is use the code YouTube Live, YT Live when you check out, and that code and that thing will apply. But there's a caveat: the code will expire at the end of this live, so you have until I finish talking. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. And this is the really fun one that I always see. No clear goal or call to action. Okay. So here's the thing. one of the things that I've realized when it comes to creating this YouTube content is that these business owners, they will they understand their client so much. They understand like how they can help them, but their content just does not build that bridge to them. Because sometimes, like I just had a sales call on Monday. Okay, on Monday, and I had another one last week as well. And these things were happening up on their channel. Okay, so their goal, they told me, was to get leads and clients. And what was on their channel was a bunch of interviews, a bunch of video interviews with a new host every week. Okay, now if your goal is to get leads and clients, we need a clear call to action. If the goal is for people to work with you, you need to be the star. You need to be the center of attention. You need to be the thought leader in that discussion. And then there needs to be a clear call to action for them to want to learn more about you, to get that resource, whatever that call to action is. What they were doing, and I feel like it was a podcast that they were doing. And so there's so many different strategies when it comes to podcasting. Okay. And so what they were doing was they were more so doing you build connections with that person, have them up on your podcast, and you kind of build that relationship on the podcast, right? So it's more of like a, let me get in front of your audience and also build a relationship with you. That's a strategy that you can have with your podcast. But does that mean that that should be the only kind of content that you should be posting on your YouTube channel when the goal is to get leads and clients? The content that you're posting has a different goal in mind. And that's the only thing you have up on your YouTube channel. So you're not getting the results that you're looking for. So the point of this is be intentional about the content that you're creating. Is it the right kind of content? Is that what people need to see? Because when you do like a video interview, that means that someone else is the star. That means you're getting someone else. That I'm not saying for you not to do that, but let's add some variety to your channel so that we can still accomplish that goal. And this is like a fun one for me because this is how I'm able to track and see like where my leads come from, where do people opt in from, and I want you to be able to see that too. There is a video on my YouTube channel about like measuring the ROI of YouTube, so definitely take a look at that. But the skinny on it really is if you're not tracking your marketing, then you're not going to be able to understand your own baseline. You're not going to really understand what's working, what's not, what is like the good metric for you, and what is like the bad or needs improvement or needs improvement metric. You're going to look at your data and you're going to be like, okay, I don't know if this is good compared to X, Y, and Z. When I had my YouTube management agency, this was something that came up so much, right? I got business owners that wanted to make YouTube a priority. And when I would have these monthly strategy calls with them to show off their analytics, I would show them these amazing numbers. I would show them what's happening right on the back end. And they would tell me, well, I don't know if that's good or not. I'm not quite sure. And I even had one client hint to like, well, I don't know if we're doing good or not, because I don't really understand these numbers. And on one end, from the service provider perspective, I was like, damn, I'm working so hard for you. And these are really good numbers. And you get a client that's like, well, I don't really understand what that means. And how sad is that from a founder to say that they don't even know their own numbers, to where they didn't even know where they were before and where they are when they hired someone. So how do you know how to how to make investments in your marketing? Right? How do you know how to make changes? How do you know like where to focus your energy in if you don't even know and you're relying on someone else. And so, I mean, as a service provider, I took that and I was like, oh shoot, I need to show them this when really I could have, but honestly, they should have known some type of baseline. And so from there, I started digging a lot into Google Analytics and tracking conversions, right? Specifically from YouTube. And so that's why I will die on this hill to where I'm like, we need to know more about our business more than a contractor, right? I should not, and it got to a point to where I knew more about the conversions happening for my clients' businesses than they did. And when I say conversions, I mean like people coming in from the email list and all that other stuff, right? Because I was tracking where their lead magnets opt-ins were coming from, where they were coming from YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Okay, I was able to see all of that in Google Analytics. Okay, they were able to tell me actually, like if YouTube was influencing their pipeline, right? And what does that look like? That looks like when people are mentioning your channel, when they're mentioning a specific video on a sales call or in a DM or anything like that. If you are sending someone a YouTube video to help them make a decision on whether or not to work with you, okay? I had a YouTube benchmark. A consult last week, and with that, you're able to see where your channel compares. And someone had, and the person that was trying to book that consult, they could not connect their account to the benchmark group. And I said, oh, well, that's probably because it's not a brand account yet. You're probably using a personal account, and you need a brand account in order to like connect to some third party tools most of the time. And he said, oh, I don't know how to do that. I said, don't you worry, I have a YouTube video all about that. Do you know, because that would have, if I didn't have that video, I wouldn't be able to have that consultation with that person. And then let me tell you, that consultation was so good. He is sold on working with me for the YouTube strategy sprints. YouTube helped influence the pipeline. It helped me actually get someone to get in front of someone, right? Because if I wouldn't have had that resource, he wouldn't have been ready to talk with me. He would be trying to figure out how to make his channel into a brand account to just see these analytics up on his own before our call, right? And that's just one way to think about this whole thing. Okay. When you know your KPIs, you're able to know like where you want to go. Okay. So that's another reason why like tracking is so important. And so, oh, let's go into the next one. Oh, that's literally the wrong. Oh gosh, y'all, hold on. I think I'm using the wrong deck. Hold on. There we go. Here's the next one. Here's the next slide. Oh my gosh. Okay. The next slide is the next mistake that happens is not creating a binge funnel. Because this is really, really, really important, right? This is how we get people into our ecosystem. This is how we get people to connect with us, to trust us, to like really see that authority that we know what we are talking about. Okay. And I want you to start thinking in terms of like, how can you get people to find your content and watch more of it until they are ready to take action? Okay. AKA jumping in that funnel, honey. Okay. Let's look at the chat real quick. Let's see. Like Carrie says, yes, we have to nurture them, not just transact with them. Yes, you are not the one. Harsh but fair. It's true. It's true. It's true. Hi, Nadia. Nadia says that is very true. Carrie says tracking is such a weak point of mine, and Jamar has helped me already so much, but I have a lot to do still. Prati says, I need to get Google Analytics stuff. Yes, Prati, you do. It's actually a lesson in the Lola video system that you have access to. Just saying. It's in the month 2 lessons. No pressure. And then Carrie also says, that's a great point. YouTube can be used as a sales tool. I spoke at South by Southwest this year, and I was able to refer attendees to my YouTube video specifically. I love that, Carrie. So great. Now, when we talk about having in this binge funnel, okay, this is one of the many ways that you would be able to get people into that binge funnel, that binge cycle. So, and I like to, so the skeleton of this is that we should be having these 4 types of videos just in rotation based around all the main components that people ask us about, right? What are our frequently asked questions, and then break them into these 4 types of videos for the most part. Now, another way to get people into the binge funnel is to create episodic series off of that as well, right? Like create a series of videos on a certain topic, and that will help them too. And then bonus points if you can even get each one of these video types into that episodic series. Okay. Now, I'm going to run through these just really quick because I have so many videos on them on the channel. I'll be sure to link them in the cards of the replay and in the video description as well. But your anchor video is that most frequently asked question that people are searching for, or they're just asking you a lot, right? And this is going to be the video. This is going to be the video that is probably going to get the most views because it's just such a popular question that someone may be asking, or there's a really spicy keyword up in there somewhere. And so most of the time, your anchor videos and is going to get the most views for the most part. The next type of video is the shifting perspective video. And so this type of video is going to help you. It's going to help you more so get people to start thinking differently around their problem, right? So how can they start? What are some of the mistakes that they're making? And then what are some of the ways that they can kind of rethink or reshift? Think about, so this type of video, this type of live right now is a shifting perspective video because I am highlighting probably some mistakes that you have been making and showing you how I think about these actions, right? And so throughout this entire video, you've probably been like, huh, I didn't think about it that way. Jamar may be onto something. At least that's what I'm hoping that you're thinking. Okay. So just to make it very, very basic, it could be a Mythbusters or a mistakes type of video, mistakes that you're making. The next type of video is the combating objections video. And this type of video is more so what are the things that people see as alternatives to working working with you, right? So for me, a lot of people want to say, oh, I just want to do a podcast instead of doing this YouTube channel, which that may be a little bit different now since podcasting is way different a year ago versus now. But that was a really big objection that I had to where they were like, oh, well, if I do YouTube, why don't I just do a podcast and say it feels like it'll be easier? Okay. So what is something that people compare your work to that they could do instead of? And that would be an objection handling video. So that looks like maybe this versus that. Then the last point is going to be a personal story or client story. So these can be client interviews. These could be stories that you have to share. The point of this type of video is for people to see themselves in the in the challenge that someone has had and the transformation and the success that someone can have as well, right? They should be able to really relate to the journey that you're talking about. Okay, like one of these like videos, like one of my most recent videos that I did, it was actually a podcast interview that I did with DataBox and my client Jermine, where we talked about how she's really outperforming all of the other business focused YouTube channels in the benchmark group and what we did, right? And then we were able to show that with that strategy, she was able to add in $100,000 of recurring revenue into her business because directly from YouTube, right? And so that is a journey. Like we're really talking about how Jermine did that. That was a client interview. That was the bottom of the funnel. And when you think about it that way, you see how people come from not knowing you at all to kind of trusting you a little bit more, trusting your opinion a little bit more, and seeing your work. And then eventually, while they're going through this funnel, they should be wanting to get into your marketing ecosystem throughout this whole binge funnel. Okay. Profi says, oh, love this view. I have a similar one for Instagram. This helps me create content and understand what my audience will be interested in as they get deeper connection with me. I love that, Profi. Yes. Now, just to let you know, I have a few resources for you. Okay. So if you are brand new to YouTube or you just want a little refresher, I have a free 90-minute YouTube quick start guide that is guaranteed to teach you something very, very new. At least one thing new while you are setting up your channel. If you have one now, you probably have been missing out on one or two things. So this will be really good for you. The link to that is in the video description as well. And if you already have a channel, but these YouTube strategy mistakes have really resonated with you, you probably want to check the post, Revive Your Channel from Ghosted to Growth. And it's a 3-part training series where I am showcasing a few of the ways that we have taken clients channels and have converted them into lead generation machines. And so you're going to be able to self-identify like what was going wrong and what do you need to do now. So each video lesson has action items, has moments where you need to reflect and figure out like what can be done. So I prompt you throughout this entire thing. So it's a really great resource. It's a really great little like mini course or mini program that you can really dig into, take some notes, see what I did, see what the clients have to say so that you can start achieving similar results. Okay. Now it's time for Q&A. I'm so ready. I feel like this live is filled with my members. Already. But if you want to be entered in for a YouTube audit, let me know. If I end up picking a winner, I may end up using y'all for my other YouTube live for a client interview. Who knows? But no, if you have a question, definitely put it in the chat or also comment something to let me know that you want to be chosen for the free YouTube audit. Yes, this is so great. Let me know, y'all. I'm going to take a few seconds while the lag, happens. And if I see anyone new up in here, I'll start choosing. Okay. I think that is enough lag, honey. Okay. Let's choose someone for I don't see any questions in here. Prophet says, because we need it and keep hearing from you. I love it though. It's so great. Okay. Let's see. Let's choose someone for a YouTube audit. So let's see. Who are we going to choose? Catherine. Catherine, are you still here? Catherine probably gone. It's probably nighttime. Where she at? And then if Catherine not here, then Prophet, you here? I have got to figure out a better system for picking people. This is so funny. Prophet says, yes, I'm here. Okay. Prophet, you win the YouTube audit. I'm gonna audit your channel. And because you're a member, we'll dig even deeper. We'll dig even deeper in your channel because I've already looked at certain elements of your channel already. So we're going to do an audit of your channel. So shoot me a DM, and then I'll give you the next steps for the audit. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's been so great. If you have been thinking about joining the Lilith Club, do it right now because after this live, you have about like 60 seconds before that code disappears. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.